I'm your Black Lex today, baby. Now you ain't never gotta like me, that shit is overrated. You need a hero to love, I'll be the villain that you hated. When it's all said and done, you gon' love me. Me kissing babies, fucking ladies thinking of me. Cause I'm the villain, the bad guy, the one that's supposed to lose. But I'm American, baby, so the rules all skewed for me. Steal your identity, fuck up your credit for free. Police know it's stolen, but they still make you pay the fee. And you don't respect me, for real? I'm the one that's showing you what the real world is. All these backroom deals for your kids' future. My financial aid hustle keep your kids mooching. And while you motherfuckers still stupid, the Statue of Liberty married the country, divorced and now the bitch still moving. With half of the money, alimony, child support. You know what's up when I be winning in the court, cause I'm the villain, the bad guy, the numero uno, the one that y'all hate to see. Cause I'm the big dog, the head honcho, HNIC, everybody wants to be. Damn right, I'm the villain, the bad guy, the numero uno, the one that y'all hate to see. Cause I'm the big dog, the head honcho, HNIC, everybody wants to be. They try to tell me thou shalt not steal. In the same church they tell me Jesus white, is they for real? They try to say the land of the free, minus the slavery, plus the fact that you pay for land these folks stole for free. And you wanna be Superman. Did you forget that Lex Luthor became the president? You lacking common sense, that's why the villain lives. That's why the villain's right. They turn on Superman, man, they turn on Jesus Christ. Even the devil got teams, like Arizona State, Duke, the state of Jersey. That man say you're sold and he can't get a jersey. Y'all go to church on Sunday and you claim you're worthy. That's why I got my credit and I'm charging 10%. You finish paying me and you gon' pay me triple, bitch. So why'd I be a hero when a villain gets paid? And women like paid, so the villain gets laid. So I'ma be the villain, the bad guy, the numero uno, the one that y'all hate to see. Cause I'm the big dog, the head honcho, HNIC, everybody wants to be. Damn right, I'm the villain, the bad guy, the numero uno, the one that y'all hate to see. Cause I'm the big dog, the head honcho, HNIC, everybody wants to be.
What's happening, everybody? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe, you see the title. So we're going to have a conversation, or it crossed my mind to have a conversation. I want to talk about this. Is Black America evolving or cosplaying? Now, when I was a kid, to being an adult, there was this window where, people will question how black you are. You see it, they have the black card thing, somebody will pull my black card type of thing. And it's like, now I'm starting to question, like, and I've said it before, I think a lot of people out here cosplaying. And some people feel like, we're evolving or something else. And, some people feel like we're devolving. You get what I'm saying? So I see in a bunch of different ways how it can look like people are evolving and it look like people are cosplaying. So let's go first and foremost. Let's go to family. Has the Black family used to be it wasn't just a nuclear family, mother, father, son, daughter type of thing. It was really a nuclear family and an extended family. So basically you had, the mother, the father, the kids, and both sides of the family, right? So they had, aunts and uncles on both sides, grandparents on both sides, cousins on both sides. And the family was on both sides. To basically what we have now as a norm is single mother household with the single mother side of the family. And it's gotten to the point where even the single mother, the stereotype is, well, I'm not going to say this. Yeah, I can say that. The stereotype of now is even a single mother doesn't get that much help from her side of the family because people are tired of dealing with the controlling idea of being a parent. This is my kid. I get to do whatever I want type of thing. So, and but at the same time, we're saying it as if we've evolved into something. But now, it's becoming a thing where people are just, in my opinion, people are cosplaying what a real family is supposed to be. That's why we have a lot of these issues. And I'm not just gonna talk about that part, but I'm going somewhere as I build on some of these things. You know, then we could talk about Black America as far as education wise. Are we evolving? Because you could say there are more Black people now with degrees. More Black people who went to college and had post secondary or post high school educations. But at the same time, you can also say there are less doctors, there are less lawyers, there are less engineers. You know, there are less people who are skilled in, we would just say STEM trades, or even a political dynamic, right? One second. My bad. You got people less innovative. People aren't creating as many things as they used to. So, in education, we've gotten more education, and that has evolved. But you know, now what I look at, are we cosplaying being smart? Being a smart Black person isn't actually being able to create something. Now it's just supposed to be, you know, I can put together a nice educated word salad, but I really can't create anything type of uh, environment, right? And that's why education is becoming a problem. Um, Technology, you know, you can say technology evolved, so by proxy, everybody evolved with technology. But what you're seeing in society is really technology just being the gateway drug to give you a foundation for everything you want to cosplay. So now people go through these longer phases of, you could say arrested development, but arrested development because they 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 spend longer with these trends. So now you're cosplaying this, you're cosplaying that. You're not being yourself. So yeah, we got more technology than ever, and I can get on the computer, I can get on the phone. But in all honesty, now you can't deal with real life, which in my opinion is problematic. You know, so now your friendships are online. Even your family relationships with some people are online. You get what I'm saying? Your interaction with the with the world is online. In a sense, what does Mr. Z say? Go out and touch grass. So in essence, now we living in a time where you know going out into the actual world falls secondary to being online and to be playing around with technology, which is problematic. And I'm gonna get into you know that part. Well, I could do it now. This was the podcast for. When it comes to social interactions, are we evolving or are we cosplaying? I was telling somebody, people to say people are more evolved as they grow in life, or however you want to slice it, right? I'm more evolved because I I'm enjoying. What would we say? Social media. Would that be a good term? I'm enjoying social media, so I'm less social. So people, you're online, like I said earlier, being social. But here's the issue. I was telling somebody about how why people don't go out anymore, because people can't dance anymore. It's like, what do you mean they can't dance anymore? They don't make music that people can interact to. I was telling my wife, that's what I was talking to about that. She was like, if you were to start a club, could it be successful? And I was like, well, to start a good club nowadays, you would actually have to have a good DJ. And what I mean by a good DJ is you would have to have a DJ that makes people interact with each other. Um, because now when you go out, people are cosplaying. I'll say, people are cosplaying that they're in the streets. They're important. They're overly sexual. They're expressive. They're country. They're hood. They're just cosplaying all these things and not being a real person. Now, the reason now going back to why I said you need a DJ, because since people don't dance together, we got to get you. We got to take it all the way back with the music with you. We got to make you electric slide together. We got to get y'all on the floor at the same time doing the same dance, men and women. So we got to take it all the way back to electric slide and move slowly into, dancing together and slow dancing. You get what I'm saying? And the reason I'm saying that is because our interactions with each other haven't evolved. They've separated. So everybody gets to play like they're so important and not needing interaction, but at the same time longing for interaction. Yeah, electric slide is old school, but you got to get people stepping together. But they got a million electric slides. They got modern ones. They got old ones. It doesn't matter. It's the same step. It's just, to the right, to the left, back, forward, turn. Same thing. So now, are we cosplaying? And then, we can talk about the political aspect. Is a Black America evolving politically? Same thing with the election, voting less Democratic, but you can see people who still voted the majority Democratic. That's easy, stepping. Black men lead when you step. That's not difficult. But I guess you didn't know that. That's okay. But there you go. So now you enter this political conversation where people feel like they're evolving out of the Democratic thing and maybe voting more Republican or more independent. And at the same time, now you have people out here cosplaying. Hold up for one. I'm over here cracking my ankles and stuff, so excuse me. Now you got people who are sick of, how can I say this? It's not the Democratic Party that's the biggest issue now. It's people at this particular point who think being Black means you're being oppressed by Republican white America and not Democratic white America either. You get what I'm saying? So now you have these, I'm cosplaying oppression by these people, but not these people. And people are starting to get abreast to it. Like, what are we doing? Because are we evolving or are we cosplaying? And you see this struggle between people who swear they're evolving and people who just cosplaying who swear they're evolving. It's a difference, So now you type that I just said stepping. If you don't, stepping, Chicago step, St. Louis step, the whole Midwest stepping culture. That goes all the way out to California. That, if you don't know that, I can't help you with that. You went to Africa and it's here in America. It's been in America since it's 2024. It could be close to a century now. So sorry, it still exists. You know, exactly, Ty. Shout out to so now we have that issue. So and I'm gonna get into that part too. Not a, because that's an issue too. Um, there are too many people who are in and out of Black America who don't know Black America. So that's where the cosplaying is. And you know, it's people, you know, who are in Black America who are FBA, but they're not in touch with Black America because they were raised to, like, you know, I want you to be raised quote unquote cultured, which means informed of every other group but uninformed of your own. And then you have other, you know, cultures that you consider non-FBA. They have their own culture that they come from, so they have their own stereotypes about Black America, you know, and people cosplay that. Like, you have people who, you know, of both, and then you have let me add to it. Then you have people who are non-Black at all, and they have their stereotypes of what Black is. And what winds up happening is you get people who say everything that's progressive and functional is not Black, and everything that's dysfunctional is Black, right? So what you wind up having is a bunch of people who, when they're doing the right things, you know, I didn't get this from Black people, but when they're doing the wrong things, they're quote unquote acting Black. And you have this within Black America also, where, you know, people want to hide under the banner of being rebellious in society is just a Black thing, you know. So you can be raised to you know, you don't have to be a robot, but you can be raised to conduct yourself like a, you know, just a normal, well-mannered individual. But when you decide you want to be Black, you decide to throw all decorum out and act like I'm being Black, which happens, you know, when there are Black people who come together and they give you that brothers, people give you that look like, oh, you think because we Black, we just gonna be ignorant? That's what we doing? You know, some of y'all grew y'all hair out and dressed a certain way and y'all want to take on a persona and be like, that's Black. But then you meet people who aren't that and not like that, and then you go, oh, I can't relate to you. Yeah, because you trying to make up a stereotype. You're actually getting on somebody's nerves. You get what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother thing. So are we evolving or are we cosplaying? And then you have the different regions of Black America, you know, North, South, East Coast, West Coast. You know, when I say North, it's more, when people say North, really you mean Midwest. But so the Midwest is the part. Let me see what's going on over here. So what winds up happening is you have this thing going on where now the evolution looks different, you know, North, South, East, Midwest kind of culture, West Coast culture. And the cosplaying looks different also. So you have people who in essence are trying to be something else. So they're from this part of America, they grew up in this part of America, but they have a certain infatuation with a different section of America. So now I get the cosplay being, you know, if I'm on the South, I get the cosplay being East Coast or West Coast. Or if I'm in the Midwest, I get the cosplay being from the West Coast. You get West Coast or East Coast, and it's like, oh, I'm in a phase, right? So now you're starting to see how it becomes it becomes ignorant, but it is ignorant, but it becomes interesting because people want to fit in so bad. and they want to fit into something other than where they are or how they've been raised or the area that they live in. Then just like I got to bring into it where culturally speaking, when I said earlier about everything good being non-black and everything bad being black, we also got to talk about people us is Black America evolving by embracing other things in other cultures, or or are you cosplaying to get out of black culture? You get what I'm saying? You see, some of y'all are and I've seen this before. You predominantly see it with black people who get so suburban that they kind of cosplaying as a white person, right? Or when I go here, I'm gonna act Hispanic, or I'm gonna fit in the Hispanics, and I'm gonna assimilate everywhere I go. That's basically what I'm saying. You got black people cosplaying because they try to assimilate everywhere they go. And the problem with assimilating everywhere you go is kowtowing to everybody else and everybody else's culture. You forget who you are just as a person anyways. So we have an issue, about evolving and cosplaying. So now what the hilarious. So now we have a whole nother thing, and I could bring that up too. Yeah. What's up, Adur? And even your name made me think about it just now, fam. We have that same issue with religion now, because it used to be you're a Christian, Baptist, and maybe Muslim. Now we got we're evolving. Now people are atheists. You know what I'm saying? Now people are atheists and agnostic, and now people want to be Buddhist, and people want to be Hindu, and no, you did not catch it straight. No, you did not catch it straight. I got Muslim family members. It just dawned on me when I kept seeing your name, fam. I got a Quran and a Bible in this house. Don't trip. But we start having this thing where it could, and now in our community it can go from, I just say in America we can go from atheist to, and I don't want to say it's extreme, but Hebrew Israelites, right? Because so now it's a thing, and now people will swear they're evolving because either they don't believe in God or they believe the black man is God. So now you have that. So now you have people cosplaying both, and saying it's evolution. And the reason why, I got to get into this, well, the reason why this comes to mind is because we see a lot going on in social media. And if you're on enough social media, you notice it a lot. Ex-scammer that became a preacher, yeah. But that's an old stereotype, a preacher who was once a pimp or a drug addict. That didn't change. I found God, and now, give me some money because I found God, kind of thing. So now, now I want to have this part of the conversation where I kind of laid out a lot of the foundations of different things. So I'm gonna get into some nuance of it. So let's start with the family and the kids and education. See now, because I look at the future of America is not in good hands right now, because we made BS more important than the real stuff. And I mean that's in the learning process, that's in the grooming process. So now we've raised kids, or we're raising kids with a bad ideology about reality. So when I say people are people feel like they've evolved. I talked to my mother about this. She was like, we was talking about parenting and the society, and I went back. What's up, Ray? When I went back and I was like, the school, in all honesty, and I hate to do this, but I got to do this, because the Black America ain't the only one with this. So too many women became the women raised the society that we currently live in. You get what I'm saying? Because what wound up happening, the thing that happened was, you know, for years they had this assumption that a mother's more loving than a father, so a mother's more influential, and a mother could love a child through anything into greatness. So then the problem comes with that stereotype. It went from the household to the court, and but more importantly to the school system, right? So now the court backed it up, and then the school backed it up. So now what you got is a society of kids that pretty much have a lot of female tutelage, and what you constantly get, what you get too much of now is bad character. Bad character and a bad work ethic. And now you're looking at a society going, look, man, I mean, what's wrong with these kids? What's wrong with these people? And it's like, you got the society that you raised. So with Black America, I'm saying it's the same thing. You know, See, now people realize it's wrong, but the problem with realizing it's wrong is now you have a generation of kids who became adults, and you have a generation of kids who are becoming adults, and a generation of kids who are kids right now who pretty much don't have any real skills, and they don't have good character, and they think you can lie, cheat, steal, and talk your way in and out of everything without having a good grasp of consequences. So, and the reason why I say is it evolving a cosplaying is because people thought it was that, let's just say, the stereotype of gentle parenting was evolving. I don't have to whip a kid, I don't have to discipline a kid, I could just talk to him, and I could just talk to him, and I can tell him this and I can tell him that, and I can basically brainwash him mentally. But then people kept forgetting, when kids get a certain size and get a certain amount of ego in them, they start acting like they could do whatever they want, and then you're gonna have to put some hands on them. You see what I'm saying? So now we've evolved into this idea that we were going to be gentle parents, and now it's raised generations of jerks. And then, so on the flip side of that, when I get into cosplaying, now you got people cosplaying like they're a good person. See, I can't be 100% honest about what I am, so I'm just act like I'm a good person. I'm gonna imitate what I think good people do. And if I imitate what good people do, I can get your defenses down to make you think I'm good and those people are bad, but I'm still the same person as everybody else. So now you got this going on in our society where people are swearing that they're evolved because they're not beholden to the way people have been parented in the past. And this is not like, I'm not part of the racial aspect of slavery or the Willie Lynch letter as far as parenting goes. But then you didn't turn around and you didn't made, little monsters out here who cosplaying to be good people or cosplaying to be hardworking. I'm gonna work really hard. I work really hard out here. I studied really hard. No, you cheat a lot. And then when people ask you a direct question, if you know something, you don't know anything because you've been cheating this whole time. So now we have a problem. So are we evolving or are we cosplaying? because the moral aspect is cosplaying. So then we have this other issue, you know, and it needs to be addressed. Um, when it comes to this, it's not really gender war, but yeah, but I'm gonna use it. The gender politics, the gender dynamic. You know, people are looking like they're evolving because they're coming into the truth of what's going on, whether it's men or women. We're dealing with the truth of what's going on. I'm in the age of Aquarian, right, where truth is going to be the number one thing. But see, the issue that people are having at this particular point is people are cosplaying like they're really into relationships. See, you got a bunch of people who have what I would say paralysis of analysis. Y'all swear to God, ain't nothing. Look, I'll never be in this situation. I'll never be in that situation. This ain't gonna never happen to me because, I'm evolved and I'm smarter. And some of y'all quote unquote are red pill or whatever. And the truth is, you can't be red pill if you don't talk to nobody. If you're a red pill rage and you don't have a history of actually having relationships, you just made up something to be mad at, right? So you cosplaying now. That's when I was talking about, another time about a lot of this relationship stuff on YouTube. It's a lot of grifting. And you can hear the grifting because you can hear people just regurgitate somebody else's talking points. And you can tell they don't have the experience in the things that they're talking about. Because all I have to do is talk in this assimilated voice and say things that I heard somebody else say, and people go, oh man, he's really genius. And this happens over and over and over and over again. So now you got people swearing they're evolved, but they cosplaying. And then, now it's no nice way to talk about this stuff. You even when it comes to business acumen, right? You have people in Black America who've evolved. They've actually evolved. They went from, the hood to actually not even being a part of corporate America, but being beyond corporate America, being an independent force on their own, right? And then you have people who, or they could be from the country, you know what I'm saying? And then they got into all these different businesses. It really doesn't matter. But I've seen people evolve, Yes, I learned this, but then I learned stocks, and then I learned trading, and then I learned real estate, and then I learned businesses, and then I learned this industry and that industry, and now I can put all this stuff together, right? And then you have people who are just out here scamming, swearing they're evolved because, hey man, I made a couple of, I got on the internet and said I made a couple of $1 million and I'm a millionaire. Buy my course, because I'm so evolved and I can teach you business. And it's like, And then people go, man, it didn't work for me. Sometimes these people actually gave you the game and you just didn't follow through with it. But more times than not, you're just looking for a get rich quick scheme, and somebody's selling you their get rich quick scheme, knowing it ain't gonna work, but they getting rich off of you paying for that, for the idea of the scheme. So we got a whole nother problem. So now we have an issue, right? So are we evolving business wise? Or are we cosplaying like businessmen? And you can see people who evolve, and you can see people who are cosplaying, So, and then, let's talk about, America, racism, patriotism. You got people who've evolved, and I know what America is, and I'm gonna be able to evolve as a Black person in what I know America is. And then there are people who just cosplaying like America is something that is not. Some of y'all play the racism doesn't exist game, and you cosplaying that, and some of y'all play the racism is everywhere I look, and it's not game, and you cosplaying that because you know some people swear to God they're never, there's no racism and you're just a victim, but people disrespect them all the time because of their race, and they get that dumb suburban look to them. What's going on, guy? I don't understand, guy. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. You know. And then you got those people on the other side who, everything everything is gonna be racial. Oh, I went to McDonald's today, and let me tell you something. The fries was too dark, and I think they burnt the fries. They burnt some of the fries. Half of my fries was brown, and I think it's because I'm black. I got the burnt fries. And it's like, no, man. People are working a minimum wage job, and they don't know what they're doing. Like, they don't care. It ain't about you. Sorry, you know. So now we have this whole thing going on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. These people out here tripping. So now we got a whole nother issue because we can't from my point of view, we can't tell where Black America is going because we don't know if people are evolving or if they cosplaying. You get what I'm saying? And then, I got to say this part too. I hate to bring it up, but I do have to bring this part up. With Tariq Nasheed and the FBA thing going on. People have the delineation movement. That's what, now people are starting to realize, oh man, there are other people from other groups that are Black that actually just, dump all of their negativity and say it's Black, but it's really them doing that, and they don't want to take responsibility for it. And because of the delineation movement, is that us evolving? Because we're catching people cosplaying, right? So now we got a whole nother issue. And most oh my goodness. So then we got this whole nother thing going on. And I now we have to talk about this whole hold on. Okay. Now we have to talk about this whole, are we evolving by being in tune with our emotions and feelings and understanding trauma and needing healing and therapy? Or are we just cosplaying that we're broken people because we're lazy? You get what I'm saying? Because I come from and I make it sound like I'm an ancient person. I come from a time period where people went through a lot of things. Grandparents went through Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? Parents, the civil rights movement. Civil rights movement in the crack era. Me, the crack era, and the violent part of it. You know what I'm saying? And the latchkey kid part. We've seen people have all types of traumas, from being touched as a child, being racially profiled, from the home, the streets, the school, everything. Like the racial part of it, racism, the cops going overboard, beating on you, trying to plant drugs on you, all that stuff, putting guns on you. That is a normal part of life, right? To now, they're not going through that much trauma, but it's like the little things that do happen. And I shouldn't disrespect people, because I don't know, some things aren't little, but it comes off that a lot of things that are happening, and people are traumatized about, are little things. They got cussed out as a child, and it's like, bro, you know how many of us got cussed out every day? Like, we don't need therapy for that. My mom beat on me, and we got beat on with extension cords, Hot Wheel racetracks, belts, shoes, fists. What are we talking about here? Like, But you can't get past that, right? I can't get up and go to work. Like the whole drug culture, you know. We, boy, I was about to say something. So I'm trying not to cuss, y'all. And I'm filtering myself as I'm saying this. You know, this idea that you need therapy and you in your 20s, and it's like 9 times out of 10, the reason why you go into therapy because you still on your parents' insurance. So you got all this trauma from your childhood, but you on your parents' insurance needing a therapist while they paying for a therapist. It don't make no doggone sense. Yeah, I am. Yeah, you ain't gotta. Yes, I am. I'm at the tail end of Gen X. I'm at the very tail end of Gen X. As Edward would say, I'm a Gen Xer, but I'm a bleeding millennial, right? But yeah, but yes, if I gotta identify as something, so it's that thing. So people feel like they're evolved, and for a person like me, it's like, nah, you just own one, dog. Like you just own one, you know. Because I've seen more people have mental breakdowns and quit than when I grew up. Like people had mental breakdowns, and people were upset. People lost it, but they didn't quit like that. Now people just they quit. I don't get it. You know, it's all good, fam. It's all good. So now we had to have, that's the part of the conversation about evolving and cosplaying. So now, we have this whole thing going on that the hood changed. There are people in the hood that stayed in the hood, and there are people in the hood that left the hood, right? So for the people that stayed in the hood, and I don't, and this is cold blooded. I got to say what I'm about to say, but the violence wasn't really a big deal, honestly. I grew up, like I said, I was born in New Orleans. Lived a little bit in the DMV, but I call Chicago is where I grew up. In my opinion, that's my home, right? The West Side. So even when it was violent, we didn't look at it like, yo, I can't move around. But the thing about being in the hood now, it's like the interesting thing is a lot of people who never left, what happened was they just stayed at their parents' house because their parents had a house. They never went out into the world like it, or they left for a little bit and came home. They went to college for a little bit and came home because they just they couldn't make it outside of the neighborhood. But I ain't gonna say the vast majority. Let's just say half of the people left and didn't come back, and they built a life somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? They built a life somewhere else. So now what you got is people who didn't leave the hood because honestly they couldn't go nowhere. And people who left the hood and became and just lived somewhere else and made a life somewhere else. And those people have kids. And while I'm saying evolving or cosplaying, some people are evolved because they put themselves in different places. Like part of me being born in the South and growing up in the South and the Midwest and a little bit on the East Coast was I got to evolve knowing the differences of the different areas and how everything is different and how it's set up different and how the people are different and how the culture is different, right? And knew what was great about it and what wasn't great about things. But what you see now is people they're out here unevolved because they never left. So now they cosplaying everything. And what I mean by that is this. You have so many people wanting to represent where they from, but they're really trying to represent another era. And I hate to say this, being because I might sound like just an old dude. I'm sick of watching young men and grown men and women trying to represent the 80s and 90s. They ain't even got to the 2000s yet. Y'all out here trying to represent the 80s and 90s. And y'all didn't grow up in the 80s and 90s. So you cosplaying what it is to be in the 80s and 90s because maybe you got an affinity with it. Like, don't get it twisted. Like when we were young, our parents and grandparents had us all, we knew about the 60s and 70s. We knew 50s, 60s, 70s. We knew all about it. They taught us all about it. You know, we loved the music, we loved the culture, we learned a lot about our people in those eras. We learned, but we wasn't trying to be them though. There were things that they did that, and this is part of this whole conversation, is there were things that we learned when I was a child to an adult about the past generations of Black America that we implemented in our lives. Because for one, it was the smart thing to do. It was pragmatic. But for two, it was out of respect and duty to people, right? That came before us. But we also wanted to up the ante. We wanted to raise the bar. You get what I'm saying? So what I say now is, I don't think we're evolving and raising the bar anymore. I think people are cosplaying, the eras where people raise the bar because they don't have any intention on raising the bar because they see it as too much pressure. You get what I'm saying? That becomes an issue. Because we forget how influential people were. You know what it is. We forget how influential people were because people made you want to be better. And now we live in an era where, once America looked like it's all sweet and you can make money and people could have a bigger opportunity to make money, unfortunately, people got soft. So now people are cosplaying the image of people that the style and image of people that they respect who made money, but really you're not that. You get what I'm saying? This idea, like, and I hate to do this, when I was younger, there was no, this person's a dog, this person's a beast. Beast lived, dog came a little bit later, but this idea that everybody's a dog now, and it's like, bruh, you're not a dog. I'm sorry, I hate it's too many people cosplaying being a dog. It's too many people cosplaying being a savage. It's too many people cosplaying being a beast. It's too many people cosplaying I'm him. There's too many people cosplaying, oh, I'm the baddest chick. It's too much of that. Because basically, you never evolved. You just you bought the own hype. You bought into your own hype that you made up in your own mind, and you didn't actually have to go out there and prove it. So people feel like well, I ain't gonna say people feel like, it looks like people are approaching life like, I don't actually have to be excellent. I just have to tell myself I'm excellent. So now you're cosplaying being great by saying you're being evolved because you don't have nothing to prove to nobody. And it's like, that's not gonna work, dog. It's not gonna work. It's just not. Like, and since I talked about more functional stuff, and I'll get into some dysfunctional. Too many people, whether they're hood or not, in our community that's Black, and even try to play like they're in the Black. It's too many of y'all that play like y'all gang affiliated. I just got to be honest with you. It's too many of y'all playing like y'all Bloods, Crips, you Vice Lords, you folks. It's too many of y'all. It's too many of y'all playing this game. We've evolved now, and everybody could just fall. Just I ain't false flagging because I ain't necessarily that, but I'm gonna represent it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where I'm from, and it's like, hey, bro, let me explain something to y'all. Even the guys who swear they gangsters nowadays, they're not gangsters. Okay, not like all of this super aggressive, super criminal. Just because you put on some, if you got some tattoos, that don't make you gangster. Okay, you wore some colors, that don't really make you gangster, dog. Be honest with y'all. This idea that everybody, all y'all out here sliding, everybody got ops. It's like, hey, bro, let me explain something to you. Obviously, you didn't grow up in a time period where people would come and shoot up your house, right? Like, come to your house. See, there was a time period where if you was involved in street activity, your family would put you out, dog. You gotta take that out in the street, dog. You gotta take that out to the street, dog, because you're not finna get my house shot up. You're not finna get these other kids in this house shot at because you want to be hood, you want to be a thug. No. You gotta take that out. You want to be a dealer? Take that outside. You got to go get your apartment. That's what that is. Same thing with the girls who wanted to be fast. You got at a certain point, you better get a job, get up out this house. See, now y'all want to be thugs in other people's houses. I'm gonna go slide, but I'm gonna ride home to my mom's house. No. No. Y'all cosplaying now. Y'all out here want to be thugs, bruh. Y'all out here want to be thugs, and all y'all bad built. You can't be an overweight thug. You can't be a morbidly obese thug. You can't be a thug. And I'm gonna tell y'all, people with into that cosplaying thing, y'all built like teenagers. You can't be 103 pounds out here cause I got a switch, bro. Ain't no switches in jail, dog. You think you just ain't nobody gonna play with me because I got a gun, bro? You ain't the only person that got a gun, dog. And what happened when ain't no guns available? What you think you gonna be? What? They got too many of you fat dudes out here swearing to God that y'all, I'll beat up everybody. You too fat to beat up everybody. You too fat. You got too many of you non-working out mini bros out here. I'm thugged out. No, you not. Chill out. Bro, chill out. You can't even do 25 push-ups in a row, but you a gangster. Cut it out. I'm gonna creep up on somebody. Y'all gonna have to stop that, dog. This cosplaying a thug. And the reason why I got to get into this concept is because a lot of y'all want to be, and this goes for the men and the women, the boys and the girls. The reason a lot of y'all want to be thugs and gangsters and drug dealers and players and bad bees and video vixens. Let's just be honest. Y'all didn't pay attention in school. Y'all stupid. And y'all thought y'all was too cool to learn anything, and now you becoming a young adult and you're stupid and you don't have any skills in the world. So all you thinking, let me just go out here and rob people and F with people. I got all this free time on my hands. Y'all not thugs, man. Y'all not gangsters. Y'all not all that, man. Y'all still on, the most important thing y'all thinking about is a phone plan. Think about that. You want to be a thug and have a phone plan. Gangsters didn't have phones like that for a reason. There was a reason why Negroes was using pay phones and other people's phones and burner phones, because they didn't want to get tracked. Y'all just want to be everybody see me. No, we're not doing that. Y'all cosplaying at this point. And for you other guys, that's why some of y'all who are actually in that life, that's why y'all be mad at people. Man, what you wearing? Where you at, man? Where you from? Dog, you 30 years old asking me where I'm from. Man, you better get a life somewhere. You can't wear that around me. Man, if you don't get it out of my face, You a grown man out here telling somebody what they can't wear because they happen to be in your neighborhood. You better take your bitch ass in the house. I can't believe you wore that. I can't believe you walked up on me like boy, boy, you better watch yourself. And then we're gonna have to take we're gonna have to take it here too. And this is me being petty when I say this. I don't like this new era of people who swear they evolve black people because you don't wanna cut your hair. You ain't gonna get a lining, you ain't gonna get it shaped up. You just gonna walk around here like you a 60 soul singer but you don't even comb your hair no more. Y'all just out here reckless. I'm evolved because I'm I'm blackety black. I mean, if my hair gives me power, comb that shit. Fuck is wrong with you? I grew a beard, but it's nappy and I never combed it out, and it's because I'm black. No, if you don't comb that shit, like if you don't stop playing around like this, some of y'all are struggling on purpose, because y'all think being in a struggle is part of being black, and that's why I'm talking about stuff like this at this particular. Y'all cosplaying now, being black is not fake activism; it's real activism, not fake activism. It's like, bro, you ain't even gotta be in power. Y'all tripping. We're at a point where it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous because I think you cosplaying now. I'm listening to people talk, and this is on us as older black people. We got to start correcting these young men and women because they saying shit that don't make no sense. We had old black sayings, old sayings in general, and they just fucking them all up. They don't write a check with your pit bull mouth that your pigeon ass can't cash. No, bro, it's not. That's not it. That's not it. It's alligator mouth. And canary. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, it's black people. We are the crows in the coal mine. It's not crows, bro. It's a canary, bro. What are you talking about right now? Like, what do you? People out here sounding like Candace Owens. God is good. God is great, bro. What the? Well, I don't understand. Yeah, I obviously you don't understand because you cosplaying right now. It's no way people are getting this stupid. And I'm about to be trifling. And for every ladies and gentlemen, Thanksgiving was not even a week ago, right? Take off my glasses and we're gonna have this conversation. Say, man, what happened to black cooking, man? What's up, man? Yeah, let us thank him for our food. Thank who? Thank God? Oh, what happened? Like, what happened to black cooking, dog? Seriously, y'all can't listen, man. Y'all can't fry chicken no more. I don't think y'all can make macaroni and cheese no more. I mean, Jesus, you can't make gumbo, jambalaya. Everybody got you got people making oxtails online. Nobody even know chitlins. That country ad. People can't barbecue no more. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then y'all want to talk about this, and then people want to talk about this, we want to eat healthy. Who do you? You don't want to eat fruits and vegetables no more? What we talking about here? Y'all cosplaying now. I want to eat avocado toast. What? Bro, shut up. I can tell you ain't black You just another person who ain't black who sweat. Black people love chitlins. Yeah, we do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is when the last time you seen black people eat pig feet? See, sometimes, man, sometimes some of y'all people, man, and I'm gonna just say this flat out to you non-black people. If all you got is old 40-year-old black stereotypes of black people, and that's what you wasting your life on, keep wasting your life. Because when you die, what did you do with your life? I said that black people like chitlins. Yeah, they like chitlins and pig feet. Write hog maws now while you at it. Yeah, go ahead. Write hog maws. Mm-hmm. Try the other stuff. Yeah, black people love it. This motherfucker can't even spell homeboy. Jesus Christ. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. He got a whole life ahead of him. What did you do? I think black people likes. This is what I mean by cosplaying, man. We got people cosplaying racists out here. But I just want to tell you, black people, I don't like you. I'm on the internet. I don't like you. Okay. Who gives a shit? You wouldn't see me in public and say that to my face because I knock your teeth down your throat. And this is why I'm saying what I'm saying on this particular part. This idea that let me just say it this way. If you ain't willing to disrespect me to my face, I know you're not going to disrespect me like that. You speak languages. Congratulations. You showed up on my podcast to tell me you speak languages. Why don't you? I'm gonna move on from this guy because the honest thing is he's probably a child. I don't give it. He's probably a child. Because your language don't mean I can't break your neck. You ain't think about that, You can speak a million languages. That don't mean I can't break your neck. You don't want homeboy to be your last words with my hands around your throat. See, then, because this is what I mean by I'm not from an era where you're going to talk crazy and I'm not going to see you. This is what I mean by the internet. A lot of y'all like this on the internet. But you're not like that in real life. That's the same thing with you. It's the same thing what I say about these non-black people. You not like that. That becomes a problem when you cosplay and being disrespectful. Because honestly, I will hurt you in front of your family, and ain't no language gonna stop that. None. You don't want your last words to be mama. So, but beyond this, man, what happened to the food, dog? And the reason why I said it is because some of the things, there were people who, we have traditions, right? And there were traditions that people didn't want past, that people felt like they were too evolved to deal with when they passed them down. And that's why I'm using the holiday thing, because, and now people are trying to cosplay like they kept those traditions and you didn't. Because it's the same thing, when you go to college on a campus. It's a reason why we play the games we play with each other. It's a reason why we played spades, or we played dominoes, or we played chess. That was a normal staple of just us, being competitive in a chill way, right? There was a reason why we did that. It's a reason why we did that. It's a reason why people taught you how to, hey, this is how you make gumbo. This is how you, make jambalaya. This is how you make rib tips. This is how you plant food. This is what you need to grow. These are the herbs that can help you get healthy. This is how you make your own, Vicks vapor rub. You know what I'm saying? This is how you do this. So when people got so evolved that they was like, I don't want to do all that no more, and now you got people yearning for it now, and it's like, hey, and that becomes, and I gotta say that when I brought up religion earlier, we got too involved in getting away from God, and I understand why. I think the problem with Black America and religion, and you see it in the Black church, is it became too effeminate. My bad. You got your thing, man. Go do your thing. It became too effeminate, and people associated um, the civil rights movement and Martin Luther King in particular with Black religion, which means it's going to be passive. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a guy who just going to talk and talk. And that's why I said these people are cosplaying activists, because you see it all the time with people who have this preacher type of tone or poet type of tone, is pontificating all the time. And we got away from God because people felt like, the way we worshiping God is soft. And people think that goes back to slavery, but it really, it don't, because, people understood that you could believe in God and still defend yourself. God didn't tell you couldn't defend yourself. You get what I'm saying? So now we got to that point where people were mad because people use God to make people more docile. And now you see this less spiritual. I ain't even gonna say religious. We're less religious, but we're less spiritual also. And that's problematic. Just in my opinion. But and then you got people cosplaying like, God isn't important. It's like, I'm not gonna say all that, bro. I'm not gonna say that. Did America pervert God? Yeah, I can say that. But I'm never gonna say God isn't important. That's why our brothers, went to Islam, because Christianity in America was so perverted to folks, and I understand it. But going a little forward, we have one of those things where, and I hate to say this, oh man, the evolving in the relationship aspect, like this idea that you're gonna be in your 30s and 40s and settle down, and now you cosplaying, being ready to be a family man or woman, or this idea that you can freeze your eggs. And even some of y'all want to go abroad, and it's like, bruh, stop. And the reason I'm saying stop is because don't run from a life your whole teenage years and your young adult years, and then try to run to a life later. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And let me be blatant. Don't be a strong and independent woman your whole adult life and then say, I want to be a wife later. Don't be I'm a player all my young adult life, and then all of a sudden, I gotta go to the Dominican Republic to find a real woman. Stop. Don't do that. Because now you lying. Fam. I'm evolved. No, you're not. You're just trying to run game in a different language, or you just trying to run game at a different age. It's becoming old. Like, and I'm not saying, finding love at a later age is wrong and impossible. And I'm not saying that, traveling or being a passport bro is wrong. But I know some of y'all got horrible intentions. And the reason y'all not saying that's not that y'all actually did it because y'all was on one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to have people who really looking for something real on your team, while you on some BS and you can make them look bad. I ain't trying to hear all that. Yeah, but don't act like I mean, I get it. Charleston White could have said that, but you got to remember, Charleston White got locked up for getting somebody else to commit murder for him. Like, is he a smart dude? Yeah, but it's the messenger, man. You know, a dude who was raised from a good family, who got somebody killed over a jacket because he wanted to go to a party, is gonna tell you, is gonna say Vivica A. Fox is a burnout. Yeah, okay, congratulations, you right about that. But you still can't get that life back that you took for a jacket because you just wanted to be whatever it is. And don't get it twisted. You know, he makes some good points, but he out here showing. And let me use him as an example. If you pay enough attention to Charleston White, he tell you he acting extra ignorant because that's what Black America pay attention to. He tell you, look, when I got away from that, when I was trying to be upstanding, you wouldn't listen to me. But when I got ignorant, you listened to me. Yeah, exactly, man. Is definitely the purity part because people play these games, you know. And I say, and I gotta, what's up, cynical? And I gotta say this about don't get, and people get Black America, and this is becoming a kind of a low key war. People get Black America confused with Black social media. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because a lot of people in Black America are just hardworking individuals who are really, doing it, hardworking individuals. They're doing their job. They're trying to make a living. They're trying to make a way in in America, in society. And then you got people who are who have a lot of free time and that's on social media. Those people who have a lot of free time, they watch a lot of stuff on social media, and they drive, the views and the algorithm because they'll gravitate to ignorant stuff, and these platforms will shine a light on Black people who are doing ignorant stuff. So it's double emotion on that. So then people look at Black social media and the ignorance that's in Black social media and claim it to be Black America, to the point where, you got people who are in social media that are Black that present themselves as the opposite of the ignorance, and just because they're the opposite of the ignorance, they act like they don't know that it's other people like them. You get what I'm saying? It's like, come on, dog, stop it. Black people can't do this, and Black people are this, and Black people this. It's like, bro, stop, cut it out. If it's if you can see is Black people doing ignorant stuff on social media, and you can see people, talk about Black people in finance and making money, and you see hundreds of them too. It's like, okay, y'all are all singular. How come y'all not working together, player? And it's for the same reasons, because everybody can't be trusted, because the image is more important than the community at this particular point. And people are cosplaying all these images, by saying that, they're evolved or they're evolving, and it's not good. And I'm gonna tell you, I probably say one of the worst things that ever happened in our community is the concept of second chances and redemption. Because I'm not saying a person doesn't deserve a second chance or doesn't deserve redemption, but but that's got to be earned, right? That's got to be earned. You can't, and I think we didn't used to spend as much time trying to have the back of somebody who needed a second chance than we did spending time supporting somebody who was an underdog that didn't need a second chance. So now we're we're catering to too many screw ups and ignoring too many underdogs, and that's a problem. You know, and I say that's we're cosplaying like these screw ups are underdogs, and it's like no, if you was a screw up, you a screw up. If you're a screw up who got it together, congratulations. But you being a screw up doesn't mean you're an underdog. Because you could have came from a good situation and been a screw up. You could have came from a bad situation and be a screw up. But an underdog is a person who could have came from a good situation, but where they're at, they're an underdog. Because they're not supposed to be the one to be successful. Or they came from a bad situation, they got so many obstacles, they're not supposed to be successful. That's two different things. You ain't got to mess up your life and go to prison and mess up your life and and have 50 11 kids and mess up your life, 50 11 kids that you can't take care of, rather. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop playing like that. Yeah. Never want to grow up. It's crazy. But that's the thing. Being like, people aren't even ghetto anymore, because people ain't like, how many, like, okay, it's like, how many ghettos are there in America now? Let's just be honest. Like, how often you gonna hear somebody say they from the ghetto or they grew up in the projects? When's the last time you heard somebody 25 say they was from the projects? See what I'm saying? Like, when's the last time you heard that? When the last time, like, I mean, there's still projects. I know if you go to New York, there's still projects. There's a few left in Chicago. But in most cities, they're not projects anymore. They're not ghettos anymore. It may be a few in. I don't even think Miami got that many anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. L.A. don't have projects. L.A.'s always had neighborhoods. Neighborhoods and apartment complexes. There was no projects built in L.A. That's not how the West Coast is built. They don't have high rise. New York had high rise projects. New Orleans had projects. They turned those into apartment buildings now. Chicago got projects. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that. Maybe Memphis. Compton don't look like a hood though. Compton don't look like a hood. That's the thing, man. You go to Compton, you gonna know it. People got to tell you in the hood, and that happens a lot of places. People got to tell you, oh, you in the hood. What? I didn't know that. It's different. That's why I said, like, it's different. It's like being in Dallas. When you in Dallas, and people to tell you, you in the hood in Dallas. They got houses and grass. You get what I'm saying? Like, you be like, what, this the hood? I just thought it was just Poe over here. Oh, I didn't think this would be the hood. Like, for people who came up in other places, hood don't look like the hood everywhere. It just don't. So, that's the whole other thing. Like, you find somebody 25 say, I grew up in the projects. That's going to be hard. You can be hard pressed to find it. It's not what it used to be. And even, and I'm thinking about it, even with Compton, Compton is is pretty Hispanic now, dog. It's kind of gentrified. There's still some black folks there, but Compton is kind of gentrified. We're living on old stereotypes. That's where we're at. And that's why I said a lot of this is cosplaying, because, we don't want to say, yeah, but that's L.A. Mostly houses, apartments, and business buildings. That's mostly L.A. So a lot of us, are we evolving or are we cosplaying? And to me, it's a lot of cosplaying going on. Like let me back up when I say this. Uh, I was born in New Orleans, and when I see people nowadays with gold teeth, platinum teeth, silver teeth, I already know, you cosplaying, because a lot of these people didn't know what gold teeth came from and why people had gold teeth. And normally people had gold teeth, they was permanents, and they wasn't a whole mouthful of teeth, because it was for a reason. Get it was for a reason. So now you see, black people cosplaying. The minute I see you black and you making faces and making faces and mugging like this, how we supposed to look like this, I'm like, I already know you cosplaying, dog. Because if you was really in the hood, you would know, people don't mean mug and make ugly faces like that. They don't do that. And the reason why they don't do that is because if you did that to somebody, you was gonna get into a fight immediately, or they were gonna shoot you because they thought it was a problem. It wasn't gonna be a conversation about that. You ain't finna, the only time you get a conversation if you looking at somebody real hard. But once you screw your face up, it was gonna be a problem. You could look at me with anger in your eyes, and I'll be like, yo, what's up? But make a face and snarl at a brother, man. It'll go left so fast because it ain't no conversation at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah, but I get it. So we have this idea of culture is kind of it's evolving to the point where it's more cosplay than culture now, because people have gotten so far away from what is black culture, they don't get it. And part of that is the upward mobility of black America, thinking that the white ice is always colder. We integrated so much that now we got too many black people who don't really know the struggle of being black, which in some ways is a good thing, but with some ways is a bad thing, because y'all can't see America the way we see America. Like, if you have a certain age and you black, you don't see America like me in my 40s. I know I don't see America. Me and somebody black in their 20s don't see America the same. Sometimes me and somebody in their 30s don't see America the same. And I can say with like baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z, we don't see America the same way. Even as black people, we don't see it the same way because we didn't experience it the same way. So what you got is a lot of, who said that? I forgot. I think it was on Mr. Z's panel. Because somebody said he had black women have used black men as like stolen valor, but even in our community, we have a lot of stolen valor. We got different groups taking over different groups. Taking credit for different groups. You got just interchangeable, whether it's boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z. They're taking credit for other people's errors like it was really their thing, and it's like, nah, dog, you don't even get it. He said the Magnolia and the Fisher. The Magnolia is an apartment complex now. I forgot the Fisher. Shoot, yeah, people when they say take it to the St. Thomas, people don't even know what the St. Thomas is now. Kids like, what's the St. Thomas? That's the projects, fool. Take it to the St. Thomas, rock another block park. Like, people don't know. People ain't gonna know. I was born in the 9, so full family from the 9. So, people don't know the Desire, Magnolia, Callio, St. Thomas. Like, people don't know about that. And I'm talking to somebody who's born in New Orleans. There are generations in New Orleans that don't know what it's like, don't know about the projects in New Orleans. And they hearing it, years removed. You know what I'm saying? They hearing it years removed. Who was in the third ward? Who was it? You know what I'm saying? Who was in the who was in the seventh? You know what I'm saying? What's seven ward hard heads. They don't know about none of that. Like, man, you from who? Don't matter. But anyway, let me. Uh-oh, I'm getting messages. So hold up. So let me start to shut this down, man. It's gonna be a family, man. But I just wanted to talk about that. The only thing they know is the hot boy. You're right, right, right. They don't even know the hot boys. I can tell you that right now. They don't even know the hot people. People didn't know the hot boys, the street ones, and people didn't know the real ones. Like, you got to remember, people don't even know about the hot boy albums before they went national. It's all fluff. You know what I'm saying? It's all fluff. Just like you see people wearing all these T-shirts now. Tupac, Biggie, Wu Tang. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube. It's like, bro, Prince. You know what I'm saying? People don't even wear Michael Jackson T-shirts. People don't know about BG Boy, Chopper City in the Ghetto Volume. Don't even worry about it. You know, people don't know about none of this stuff really. They represented it and they're not really getting involved in it. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know about that. You know, they don't even know about that. We're at that point where people are just so nostalgic. Like I said earlier about music, they made it like my parents and grandparents made me nostalgic about like the Isley Brothers, Parliament and the Funkadelic, Mahalia Jackson, um, Mississippi Mass Choir, like Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, Shaka Khan, Minnie Riperton, like they made us, Coltrane, uh, Armstrong, Thelonious Monk came later. You know what I'm saying? They made us all nostalgic about all of that stuff. We were older generations made us eclectic, and I'm using music as a reference, because it happened with it really happened with music. The way we cleaned our houses and took care of our hygiene, and the way we cleaned our cars, the way we presented ourselves, the way we told our children to present themselves, you know, the Easter suits, the Easter clothes and the church clothes and the play clothes and the school clothes, you know, the when you leave this house, you're a representation of this family. You can't go outside any kind of way, that type of thing. The yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. It was that whole print, like all of that stuff was pinned together. You know, the praying at night and before you eat and going to church, and you better have manners. You know what I'm saying? And you get in the stores, you better act like you got some sense. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. That type of thing. Like those things have changed. You don't hear the same mantras anymore. You don't hear parents say, "Hey man, um, you need to get in them books. You going to bed. You get like how can I say? Don't get you finna get your ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? Don't, you won't be grown. We finna see." Like we had, and when I say mantras, I should have said the actual mantras, but you know, um, like you gonna stay in the child's place. Kids understood what that meant. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so you think you grown? Oh, kids knew what that meant. You get what I'm saying? You need to mind your business. Kids knew what that meant. You know, go be with your little friends. Kids knew what that meant. Come back here. You better be back by this or that. The old adage, you better be home before the street lights come on. Kids knew what that meant. You get what I'm saying? If you lie, you steal. If you steal, you kill. Kids knew what that meant. Nowadays, just like, people skip over a bunch of different things. So we playing is we're playing is these people. That's why I say people are cosplaying, because there came a point where people will let you know what it really was. Wait till your daddy get home, or I'm finna call your daddy. Kids knew what that meant. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't go outside until 11 or 12 p.m. Kids understood that. If you can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Right? Kids knew what that meant. Say, but no, don't leave. Better close my door. Don't be letting this AC out. Kids knew what to meant. Clean the table, clean your room. You gonna wash them dishes. Stop playing stop playing with your food. Stop playing in the tub. Stop wasting all my hot water. Like people made you understand how serious life was. But now, people got away from that, and it's so laissez-faire. So it got out of pocket. But like I said, man, let me shut this shit down, man. I gotta go, man. I appreciate y'all, but I'm gonna find this outro so I can get up out of here. Let me see what you say real quick for. Yeah, stop wasting my electricity. Exactly. But I'll catch y'all on the next one, fam. I'm out.
It looks like a job for Superman.
Do this,
Spoken from the lips of the young, of the old, fear of me.
Yeah, gotta put it all in.
And they are Superman.
All the way. I guess I'm taking off the cake through the glasses in the trash. Being super is great, saving y'all is such a drag. Even God took a break, me I ain't coming back. I got one life to live, if you don't like it, that's your ass. Cause nobody saved me, plus when I'm drunk, I'm just a peon. I could use somebody just like I'm the kings of neon. This world is cold as ice, mixed with salt, mixed with freon. They got me pissed off, but that's better than being peed on. For eons, human beings took kindness for weakness. When you constipated, you start to appreciate shit. Put before you life and death, and you just gotta choose. The kryptonite life means you still follow the rules. If your credit's messed up or your bills ain't paid, then it's getting disconnected. Can't nobody say the day. And I can fly, leave a building in a single bound. But I can't stand fair weather friends, and I just fly around. My super friends in Justice League, only folk I kick it with. Kill Lex Luthor, so what, we had to finish it. Kids play games and adults play for keeps. And me, I play to win, but I ain't playing in these streets. And life is not a joke, then again it ain't this serious. Superman can say the day, but God can say the Superman. Saga of the kryptonite, life just ended. You enjoy listening? Man, I'll finish it. Lois, come holler at me. I got an ice couch. Thank you for coming out, listening. I knew you would like it because we made it. I'm so frigid and so fly.